Welcome back. South Texas troopers are competing today in town, sharpening their skills of detection, and it all benefits us.
Our Alexis Green joins us live with how this challenge helps improve highway safety. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning, Barbie. Good morning, John Thomas, and good morning to the Coastal Bend. We're here at day 2 of the Texas Challenge. Joining me is Kenny Ray. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. So what makes this really interesting is you've been on both sides of this. Talk about that.
Correct. Yeah, I'm a retired DPS officer, and this competition is for law enforcement officers that are inspecting trucks, but they couldn't do it without industry's assistance. So all of this equipment you see in this building, all of the people wearing these black shirts, we all work in industry. And we come down here and support Texas Challenge, Texas DPS. And for your fair city, it's always an honor to be in Corpus Christi because we literally come from all over. We have people here from Idaho, Louisiana, and all over Texas. So it's a big event for us.
Yeah, it's really cool. We come out every year. We've got one of these fleets behind us. We have HEB. We got to shout out HEB. Talk about, that's part of what also makes this event so important is safety on the roadways for things that we need every single day.
Yeah, this is an event where officers come together and compete, but the ultimate goal is highway safety out there on that road, both for big trucks and cars operating around big trucks. But I want your listeners to know how important the trucking industry is to our state. Now, y'all are unique here in Corpus Christi because y'all have a seaport, you have an airport, and you have rail service and trucks. But 82% of Texas communities are served by trucks alone.
Wow.
So you think about that. Every single thing in that community, groceries, gasoline, cars, supplies they get at a hardware store, all of that comes from trucks. And even in a city like Corpus, where y'all have access to seaport, rail, airport, and trucks, the final mile, what we call final mile delivery, is always done by a truck. And so anytime you get your groceries, you get gasoline, the car you drive, I speak often at civic groups and I always challenge people, look around the room, and they do, and I say, everything you can see, 100% of what you can see was delivered by a truck, by an American truck driver. 1 in 14 jobs in the state of Texas are tied to the trucking industry. So we're proud of this industry. It's a good industry. Every time there's a bad crash on the road, trucking gets a bad name. But by and large, particularly all the companies you see here represented are totally committed to safety, and DPS is totally committed to safety, and we're down here working in conjunction with them as industry partners.
You are so right, and thank you for really pointing a perspective on it. Like we mentioned, this is just day 2. What is we're warming up for? What's about to get started in
the
there?
competition itself.
Okay.
And these officers are fixed to start inspecting these trucks. And it'll culminate tomorrow night at an awards banquet where the grand champion will be announced. And then all day tomorrow, day 3, is a training day that DPS puts on for our industry. So we're grateful for that.
Well, thank you, Kenny Ray. We really appreciate you coming all the way from East Texas to Corpus Christi to help keep our roads safer. We're going to talk a little bit more about those inspections, what they're looking for, and all that good stuff coming up here on First Edition.
Lex